The love messages are, I slept on you. I'm so sorry. This person slept on you. That's the reason why they was acting the way they were when you were connecting with them. You felt like home to this person. You could possibly have children with them, or they wanted a family with you. Very strong chemistry, magnetic chemistry. Both of you guys feel attractive to each other, but they slept on you. And they seeing that and they feel bad. And they're sorry for doing it. It's a big burden on them thinking how they slept on you in this relationship, especially when you guys separated. This person got exposed. They could have thought that you would never find out or that you'll eventually forgive them for it. But they did think that whatever they did, you weren't that mad about it. And plus the connection that you two had, that also made them think that eventually you guys will get past this. They thought that they can do anything they wanted in this relationship. They thought that they can get away with anything with you. It's because of the chemistry you guys had. They took it for granted in the wrong way. They didn't nurture this relationship right. They abused it. This person could be mentally abusive, emotionally abusive. They also took advantage of your emotions because they know how the way you looked at them. Knew that you wanted this relationship to work. They're always exploring their options, thinking the grass is greener, think that there's better out there, but there never wasn't. It's just this person can be delusional and they think very highly of themselves. They can be conceited too. Just by how the way they look or what they have or who they are, they thought that they can find better than you. This may have been a very strong connection, but this person would cut off this relationship whenever they felt like it, whenever they wanted to spend more energy with someone else. They made you feel like you weren't good enough. And it's probably not what they say, it's how the way they move to make you feel that way. They felt like you were weak for them, no matter what they did to you. Spiteful things. The type of connection y'all had, they always was thinking that they can get it with different connections that they deal with. They made you feel like the things you did wasn't good enough. You can do better. And if you don't do better, I can find somebody that will. They thought that you would never cut this relationship off. They like to be put on a pedestal. They feel like they should be put on a pedestal. You're different from the other connections that they deal with. That's why they were sleeping on you too. You came off shy, quiet, homebody, sweet, big heart. You're not as wild as this person is. You don't move like they do. It felt like to them it was kind of boring to them because you weren't toxic. And that's what this person is used to, having toxic relationships. You weren't toxic at all. You weren't trying to be toxic. They felt like you were too much of a goody two-shoes. That's because you have that stability energy in you. And it made them uncomfortable because that will mean to them that they will have to try to be stable being with you. And that's something that they couldn't do. So they would sneak around and hook up with other people, thinking that they had better connections with these karmics because they're toxic just like them. Something that they have in common. You didn't accept things that this person was doing. You weren't agreeing to it, but you still felt like home to them. They could have tried to test you to see if you would take the bait, because they would test you to see if you will participate in these toxicity activities that they would do. Like I said, they wanted you to let them do whatever they want to do and always accept them back with open arms. Every time you were not doing something that they wanted you to do, that's when they will sleep on you more. They disconnect, they ghost. You wanted more stability, and they didn't want that. They wanted to keep this toxic shit going. But now they're sorry because they feel like being that way to you was a mistake. Since they've been dating these other people, they've been missing home. But this person slept on you to a point where they didn't realize they lost you because they were everywhere else except for here. They were doing everything else instead of dealing with this relationship with you, spending time with all kinds of people instead of you. So they could have really slept on you to a point where you slipped out of their hands. And they didn't realize you were gone until it was too late. So they was always sleeping on you, even though they felt this strong chemistry with you. Now they seeing that you left. For some of y'all didn't probably even tell this person you was leaving. You just dipped because they're never paying attention to shit. And now that they see that you're gone, like completely gone, they regretting sleeping on you. They didn't realize how good they had it with you until you left. They didn't realize how good they had it with you until they start being more in these streets. Them thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, now they seeing that it ain't. It was always green on your end. They just wasn't willing to pour enough. Make this as teamwork. You couldn't just hold down this relationship on your own. You needed to have them do it too. They slept on a 10 of cups. They shouldn't have moved the way they did. They should have paid more attention, because I seriously feel like this person didn't realize they lost you until you were completely gone. Like, walked away, stopped communication. That's when it started hitting them, when you weren't hitting them up anymore. No communication, just moving on by yourself. They slept on you too much for far too long, to where now that real nurture and love was always where you were at. They just couldn't handle how stable you were because they weren't. Thought that you were always going to be there. You weren't going to go anywhere, no matter how long they were gone. Like, they slept on you for real, for real. And now it drives this person crazy on why they did it. They slept on the wrong person when they should have been sleeping on these other options. Because that real happiness, that real stability, that real love was always with you. I'll see y'all next reading. Love and peace.